Guys, today let's talk about gear. So last time we told you that swords had a base damage as main stat, boots is attack speed, gloves is crit damage, body armor is final damage, and helmet is crit rate, right? So we know this. This time though, I want to talk about gear presets. Notice that there are 4 presets, and these will become important later on in the game. Right now, no. Right now, as you know, I think I'm only at stage 675. It's not very important right now, but it will definitely become important later. So let's talk about it. Why do I have so many swords? These are actually all, hold on. These are actually all TA swords if you look, and they have different stats. And I'm gonna show you what I want to keep, and perhaps this will change. But for now, let's look. My first page is gonna be just pure power. Why is power important? Power as a stat is kind of important because if you look at your pet, this guy, sorry, these question marks is a bug. This guy actually inflicts 10% of base power. So this pet actually scales off of power. So power is kind of important. Let's go back to our so then this one is very easy. You just look at the down arrow here. You see this arrow here. You basically just put the best one in there because what that tells you is the max when sorry what that tells you is that the max power that you're ever gonna get is gonna be that. So for example, you see how this glove is green right here versus this glove. Even though this glove that I'm wearing is currently level 9 and this one is level 0, what this tells me is that at level 12 this pair of glove will be better than this pair of glove. That's what that means. So we can go ahead and equip it, and it'll go back to level 0, and it'll start leveling up. Every single kill will level it up, right? So you know I have an assortment of random gear at random levels, but eventually they'll go to the correct level. All right, next we want to look at attack speed. That's my second tab. Why do we want attack speed? Let's look at well, actually before we do that, I want to finish up something. I want to look at before we move on to attack speed. One thing you can do when you have a whole bunch of items and you don't know what to keep is don't try to do everything at once. Right now I have a bunch of swords. Let's clean out the swords. So this is the power tab, attack speed tab, and final damage tab. The fourth one is flexible. So I don't use it anymore, or I don't use it right now. But let's look. Why do I want this sword? This sword has base attack, and then it comes with 5 different statistics. Every single mythic item has 5 statistics, and these are random. So this one has 1, 2, 3 bases, 1 final damage, and 1 attack speed. So this sword gives me a whole crap ton of base attack damage, which is really cool. I have a similar sword. I believe it's this one. You see? This one also has 3 base damages. It's also got 3 base attack, and then it's got a crit rate and a crit damage. Crit rate and crit damage is not as good as final damage and attack speed. It just isn't. Part of the reason is final damage is actually just pure DPS and attack speed kills faster. So you see how this new sword is only level 4, but this one that I was using was level 9. At this point, I don't actually need this sword anymore, so I'm gonna sell it. There, it's gone. So that covers the DPS page. Let's look at another sword. What is this sword? This sword is a crit. We got crit, final damage, attack speed, and crit rate. So it's got two attack speed, which is good. It's got final damage, which is good, and it's got 2 crit rate. This one is like a crit sword, but it's also an attack speed sword. But it's all over the place. It could be good, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna sell it. What about this sword? This sword is final damage, attack speed, crit damage, crit rate. Again, it's all over the place, so I'm going to sell it. What about this sword? Aha, this sword now has final damage, base attack, and crit damage. Now, base attack and crit is not really that good, but but this sword does have 3 final damages, and I'm going to wear this sword here. Where it's probably already worn. No, it's not worn. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah. So my Sir tab now has the crit because on my Sir tab I want maximum crit, right? Okay, so we keep that one. Yep, we keep this sword. What about this next sword? It's got attack speed. It's got 4 attack speed, guys. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this is the one of the best swords I've found so far. Definitely put it in the attack speed tab, which I think I already did. Oh no, it got reset, but it's okay. Right, that's fine. So we keep that. And then lastly, we have this sword, which is a final damage, crit base, final damage base. It's kind of all over the place. 2 final damage, 2 crit is not good. Sell it. All right, so now we have pretty much fixed all the swords. Yep, that's an example of inventory management for you. Thanks. Bye.